hello, ma'am. I am Anil. I just came to know that you are staying as a paying guest in our home.
Why, yes. I'm Divya. I was here for quite a few days to attend the entrepreneurship camp being held in the village.
Yes, I was aware of the camp in the village. Unfortunately, I could not attend the camp as I was out of station.
Yes, the camp was in village for the last few days to make villagers aware of entrepreneurship and self-employment. I have come here to impart some expertise on entrepreneurship here.
Oh, you are an expert in entrepreneurship. I too am interested in this subject.
That's interesting. If you wish to know more about entrepreneurship, I can help provide you with some basic information.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you give me some information as what I should know about so that I can set up my own business?
You know, Anil, that there are different forms of business organizations.
Really? What are those?
The most popular of them are sole proprietorship, then partnership or corporations.
Ma'am, can you explain each of them so that I can be better prepared?
Sure, Anil. Let's first start with sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship are run by a single owner who is also usually responsible for the day-to-day running of the business. It is very similar to the local Telwala or local Kirana store. They are both owned by a single person and he or she also does the day-to-day running of the business.
So, is this form of business is the most advantageous, ma'am?
Well, to some extent, there are advantages. Like a single owner runs the business in his or her interest. Also, all profits are taxed as personal income. However, there are also disadvantages in this form of business.
Disadvantages? What could they be like, ma'am?
The first is uncertainty of the business beyond the single owner's life. Because of this uncertainty, it is difficult for sole proprietorships to raise capital from external sources. Secondly, to cover business losses, personal wealth may be used. This may lead to unlimited liability for the owner.
Oh, there are some drawbacks in sole proprietorship enterprises.
There are always risks in any form of business. Now let's look at partnership business.
So, partnership business is more stable than sole proprietorship, ma'am?
To some extent, yes, as there would be more people in running the firm. Some can handle the day-to-day running of the business. Secondly, as there are more people involved in the business, there could be misalignment of interests. Take for example a grocery shop, which could be run by 2 or more siblings or friends. That way, all those who are into the business will have to share equal responsibilities in the business.
Now, what are corporations, ma'am?
Corporations are large-scale business with large number of owners called stakeholders. You must have heard of LIC, SBI, Reliance or Airtel. Well, these are corporations.
Are there any advantages or disadvantages in corporations?
Definitely yes. Let me tell you about the advantages first. Since a corporation is not dependent on the owners, it can easily raise capital, thereby making the corporation grow. The advantages of owners in the corporation are that they cannot lose more than what they have invested. This is called limited personal liabilities. For this reason, corporations usually have the word limited at the end of the name.
What could be the disadvantages in a corporation, ma'am?
In most corporations, managers and owners are different, which could lead to conflict or misalignment of interests. Another disadvantage would be double taxation, as profits are taxed as well as dividends. Whatever be the nature of business, one important factor is accounting.
What is accounting in business, ma'am?
Accounting is keeping track and reporting of day-to-day transactions. It is a way of checking the flow of money into and out of the business. It also keeps a record of the past transactions of the business. Another important factor is finance. Finance is looking forward. In case of emergency, where would the money come from to cover expenses?
So, in short, it is a way about planning the uncertain future.
Exactly. It also involves what investments should the business make or where does the capital for these investments come from. Now, let's discuss about liabilities, equity and assets.
Yes, I am interested to know about each of these factors.
Then, let's start with liabilities. Liabilities represent ways in which a business has raised capital or money from various entities and has an obligation to pay that capital. These may include bank loans and other forms of borrowing. Liabilities can also include cash that the business has yet to pay different entities like suppliers or to the government in form of taxes. Equity is another way for a business to raise capital, but unlike liabilities, there is no obligation to pay entities that provide capital in the form of equity. In return for providing equity capital, these entities are given ownership in the business. Assets represent various ways in which a business has used its capital. These include cash, buildings, machinery, computers, furniture, or land. Assets also include cash that the business is yet to receive from customers or clients.
Ma'am, I have also heard about revenue and cost in enterprises. Can you provide me some information about these factors?
Sure, Anil. Revenue is the income or inflow that a business generates from providing goods or services to its customers or clients. A business cannot exist if it does not have any revenues. Cost or expenses are outflows that a business must pay to those who supplies goods and services to the business, which are then used to generate revenue, as well as any taxes payable to the government. Cost also includes employees' salaries, labor cost, raw material cost, goods and services taxes like GST or income tax. Now, let's look at the various factors regarding money flow through a business. Liabilities and equity are required to raise capital for the business. Assets are used to make investments using the capital. Costs define the incur of outflows to use and operate assets to produce goods and services. Revenues are capital which is received for inflows for delivering goods or services to customers or clients. Profit is defined as revenue generated against the cost involved. There are actually two major sources of capital for any business. The first is borrowing or debt from another party. The second is equity in the form of shares or stock in the market. Let me explain both of these factors. Business borrows a loan or principal amount for a certain period from a lender. It promises to make periodic payments to the lender called interest payments. It promises to repay the loan amount, typically spread over the life of the loan. It works just like EMIs or equated monthly installment that you pay the bank every month for any loan consists of interest on your outstanding loan amount and repayment of a part of the loan amount. The important aspect of borrowing is that the business promises the periodic payment to the lenders, and missing a payment leads to default. Most banks like SBI, ICICI Bank, Canara Bank or Indian Bank offers debts. There are also non-banking financial companies like NBFC, Bajaj Finance Limited, L&T Finance Holdings, HDFC Limited, from whom an entrepreneur can borrow amounts. Debentures is another form of borrowing. This is borrowing directly from investors. They trade on exchanges like the BSE and NSE after issuance. Here, loan amount is paid back entirely only at the end of the life of the bond, which is also called maturity of the bond. Borrower pays only interest periodically, called coupon payment. Equity is capital borrowed from shareholders. Unlike debt, no promise to pay any money to people who provide capital in the form of equity. However, shareholders are owners of the business. If a business makes profit after deducting all costs and taxes, the business may choose to pay shareholders some or all of the profits. This is called dividends. No obligation or promise to pay dividends, even in an extremely profitable year. The business may choose not to pay any dividends to its shareholders. All businesses, even startups, will have equity, but not all businesses will have debt.
Thank you, ma'am, for all the information. It will surely come handy to me when I start my enterprise.